How is everyone doing? Welcome back to another live stream on the channel. Today, we're going to be going through each of my highest conviction plays. I'm going to be giving you a little summary on each one, telling you the X's I think they can do, which ones I'd be prioritizing purchasing right now, because I've told you a few times now, I'm not really looking at buying any more SUI. I've kind of finished stacking that a long time ago. And whilst it's not a terrible buy, I think there's coins out there that are much better buys right now going forward. Okay, so we're going to discuss the very best buys. We're going to rank them. And these are my conviction plays. These are the coins you can go in quite heavy with weight. You know, these aren't the types of coins you only need to allocate a couple percent in. These are the ones you can go quite heavy in and sleep well at night knowing you've got quality coins. Okay. So overall, I think all of them are decent buys right now, but some are better than others. If I was looking at it as of right now, today, what would I buy? I would be buying Kaspa. I would be buying Ondo and Say primarily. They would be the ones I'd be focusing my attention and my resources at. But don't get me wrong, you know, it's still fine to buy SUI if you missed it. I'm just saying maybe the X's aren't there from here, and there's probably better options elsewhere to get you that 5 to 15x region in multipliers that a lot of people are after. Okay, so we're going to go through the comments today. I hope everyone's having a good Friday. The markets are looking pretty good, right? Bitcoin dominance coming down again today after a couple days of it going up. This is something, you know, to look at right now to gauge risk in the markets. I don't necessarily go off Bitcoin dominance in terms of like fully timing exit strategy or stuff like that, because it is quite hard to predict. But what you can do is you can get a sense of the risk appetite in the market based off Bitcoin dominance. And, you know, the past week or so, we have been going down on Bitcoin dominance the past couple of weeks. Then we went up a little bit. People got a bit concerned. And now it seems like we are heading back down a little bit as well. So that's good news. Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin today. Ethereum's up 1.88%. Bitcoin's up 0.6%. The longer that this continues, the better. And, you know, I've said many times now that I don't have Bitcoin doing much more gain from here, right? Doesn't really make sense grammatically what I just said, but I don't have Bitcoin doing a ton of X's from here or anything crazy. Okay. I have Bitcoin maybe doing a 15 to 30% run from here. Nothing crazy. But in that same time that Bitcoin could move 15 to 30%, I think Ethereum could drastically outperform that. Okay. So maybe a 20% move up on Bitcoin could be a 2x on Ethereum. Because look at the rate currently in which Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin. Look at the weekly. Bitcoin's up 1%, Ethereum's up 13%. So it's outperforming Bitcoin by multiple magnitudes, by a large degree. So that's going to continue in my view, because this trend has only just began. And maybe, like I said, a 120K Bitcoin, that could also mean a 4 to 5K Ethereum and a drastic outperformance with altcoins compared to BTC. So what people need to realize is, whilst there isn't a whole great deal of pumping to go with Bitcoin, with altcoins, it's a different story, right? With altcoins, it's a different story. Okay, we are going to go through some of the comments, see what you guys are saying, get as many questions in as possible. The more questions, the better. Let's get some controversial questions, guys. Let's get a debate sparked in the chat. I love a little bit of controversy when it comes to crypto questions. So hit the likes on the stream. Hit the likes. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you all. Can render 15x? Unlikely. Okay, a little bit optimistic in my view. It can do that, but it's the unlikely scenario. That would put render at a 30 billion plus market cap. That would be basically putting render as one of the top altcoins. Okay. Last cycle, there was only a handful of projects which went above a 30 billion market cap. I think it was Luna, Cardano, Solana, Bitcoin, BNB, Ethereum, Polkadot, maybe I missed one as well. But there weren't many projects that went above 30 billion, right? And the ones that did go above 30 billion, they were generally extremely generalized layer ones, okay? Not a specific project like Render, okay, in a specific niche, which it is. It's in obviously the rendering niche, the GPU niche. They were generalized layer ones, okay? Layer ones where you can basically build anything on them. Render isn't a layer one. It's actually built on Solana currently. It was built on Ethereum. Now it's built on Solana. So the projects that really get to those super higher echelon market cap valuations are usually very broad ranging layer ones. Something like a Sui could potentially get to a 30 billion market cap, all right? Something like a Render, I think is more unlikely because of the niche focus and the isolated focus that it has in the crypto market at one specific problem, okay? The same way with gaming coins. I don't see any gaming coins going above 30 billion this cycle. Maybe there'll be one AI coin that could hit 30 billion, but I don't think there'll be many AI coins that hit 30 billion. Layer one chains, however, Solana, Sui, those types of coins, absolutely, they're going to do very well. They're going to be maybe some of them in the hundreds of billions, okay? The current market cap of Solana is 89 billion. That could easily do a 2x. If you look at the top coins in crypto, the vast majority of them are layer one chains with massive ecosystems where you use that as the native token for gas. Ethereum, BNB, Solana, Cardano, Tron, Sui, Avalanche. All of these are basically the same type of project in the sense that you build on them. You can build memes, gaming projects, all sorts of different projects can be built on them. With Tron, it's obviously got a big focus on stable coins, but you can build other things. There's memes on Tron. Sui, big focus on gaming, but there's also memes. And Solana, obviously, big focus on memes and just well-rounded in general, right? You've got AI projects on Solana. You've got loads. So Render 15x, I think, is a little bit optimistic given the fundamentals, but it could definitely pull a really easy 5 to 12x. But 15x, I think we're getting a little bit optimistic there. That would be maybe the ultra bullish case. Sure, if you bought it from the bottom in the bear market, then yeah, easily. But from now, I don't see that as the case. Hey, Archie, how's life? Do you get enough fresh air? Yes, life is going pretty good, man. Honestly, I do a lot of crypto, but I also do a lot of exercise and things that are good for my health. So whilst it may seem like I'm constantly in the crypto space, which I am, I'm also doing other things, okay? I was in the sauna today for an hour. I went to the gym for 2 hours. Yeah, I do a lot of all sorts of different exercises, cardio, weights, body weight exercises, like big walks. I do a lot, okay? So, yeah, I guess that's your question. Because you maybe think I'm sat at the desk all day. I'm your first channel member. Yes. Thank you, Crypto Gangster, for being a channel member. If you guys don't know, I just got reinstated with a monetization status on YouTube. They demonetized my channel for some reason. Well, I know the reason, but they demonetized the channel. They've now remonetized it. So basically, you can become a channel member. You can send donations and all that good stuff. So yeah, appreciate you being a member. And if you can see in the chat, you can get special emojis. You can see that. For me, it just says this on the screen. Green, 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 Kaspa, Kaspa, Kaspa. It just says that for me on my streaming platform. But you can see in the chat, you got all those emojis. So there's not really a real benefit of the membership program. I'm going to be honest with you. Other than I'll give you priority in the comment section. Like if I see a big green name flash up, I'll prioritize your questions. But besides that and a few emojis, there isn't really a great deal of benefit to it. So I would say just join the VIP group instead, because that way you get actual money-making benefits. You get a community that's active all the time. You get buy and sell alerts, and speaking of the group, I put a buy alert out just a few days ago, and it's up 2x right now. It's up 2x right now. I think it's going to keep going, but I think it's got 20x potential from here easily. So if you do want that buy alert, go check it out in the group. If this live stream gets 500 likes, I will disclose the buy alert in the next stream. If it doesn't, I'm just going to keep it with the VIPs for a few more days. Okay. So hit the likes if you want to see it. But either way, join the VIP. You unlock 5 or 6 secret buy alerts that I haven't mentioned on YouTube if you join the group. Okay. I've been doing some recent buying of different coins. The number 7 pick here is a recent VIP buy alert. And that's one you can go in a little bit heavier, right, than the others. But there's all sorts of different coins you gain access to if you join. Memes, layer ones, loads of stuff. So go check it out if you're interested. The prices will be going up based on the current demand. There's a ton of people joining, ton of people making money. All my reviews are 5 stars. So obviously, as a result of that, I will be forced to put up the price to keep the group pretty tight-knit, right? I like it being a nice little community where we all know each other. And the more Bitcoin pumps, the more people join, right? Because they don't want to miss out on the massive opportunity that altcoins present. And whenever altcoins start pumping, we really, really flourish in this group, guys. I'm talking 10x's, 20x's, 50x's with ease. Okay, so the track record speaks for itself on this channel. But Bitcoin's looking pretty good right now. On the 4 hour, there's like a nice kind of double bottom there. After this impulsive move we had, this really big move up, having a bit of consolidation around that kind of 100 to 105K region. I think this compression's not going to last long, guys. I really don't. Like, this compression we're in right now with Bitcoin, I think it's going to lead to a breakout like pretty soon. Maybe not over the weekend, but like at some point we're going to see a breakout, because you can see like Bitcoin's kind of compressing right now. There's a bit of compression going on in the chart, right? So the more we compress, the more the price action gets smaller in terms of its volatility, the higher the chance of a breakout coming soon. And that's what we're doing right now. We're compressing a lot. I think we're going to see a pretty big breakout to the upside. In my view, I favor the upside argument. A lot of people are saying we're going back to 90K. It's possible, but I favor the upside argument. I think we're going to basically 115, 125, somewhere in that region. And there's going to be a crap ton of money made with the altcoins on that pump, because what's going to happen is Bitcoin's going to pump, 10, 20%, but altcoins are going to pump like 3 to 10x in that period. That's what people need to understand. I think last time Bitcoin went on a big pump, Bitcoin did like a 50% pump or something, and Sui did like a 10x in that same window, or like an 8x in that window. Don't quote me on the exact figures, but just understand, roughly speaking, Bitcoin pumped like 50%, Sui did like an 8x in that same period. Why is that? Well, because Bitcoin gets to a point where there's not too much interest in it. People see it as expensive, and they therefore go for the beta plays instead. Eric Wallin, $2 donation. Thank you. Any truth to Binance dumping Solana? Let's look into that. I mean, I heard about that rumor, but I haven't really looked into it properly, to be quite honest with you. Let's see. Binance dumping all their Solana. Okay, let's see. So 16 hours ago, urgent. Is Binance dumping its Solana reserves? Breaking reports. Suspicious movements on Binance institutional wallets suggest the exchange may be offloading over $300 million in Solana across multiple trading platforms in the last 24 hours. Where are you hearing this from? Is it literally just like this article, or have you actually deep dived into it? If we check the Sol chart, let's see. Sol. We're not actually dumping here, so it doesn't seem like it's causing much FUD. Look, I mean, exchanges, they move funds around a lot for various reasons. I don't know why they're doing it, but exchanges move funds around for various different reasons. I can't really comment on the specifics, but to me, the Solana chart's looking fine. Maybe it's just something to monitor, right? Maybe it's just a situation to monitor. But you can see here some Solana being withdrawn from Binance. But yeah, I don't know, man. I haven't looked into it too much. But I appreciate the donation. Only OGs know who was here on very beginning. I don't quite get that comment. Only OGs know who was here on very beginning? What do you mean? Hey, Archie, thanks for the daily streams. No problem. With your X potentials, is this what you believe they can do in the summer or more in the first part of Q4? I kind of have my base case currently as a Q2 to Q3 top, anywhere in Q2 to Q3. That's my base case. Q4 is a good possibility, but I don't have it as the base case currently. I have my most likely scenario being Q2 to Q3. And I've been very, very consistent with that view for probably over a year now. A year ago, I was saying Q2. Now I'm saying Q2 to Q3. Okay, so I've kind of been in the right ballpark. So, I mean, I might not be right. Okay, I could be wrong. Maybe the top is in Q4. But so far, it looks like the track for a Q2 to Q3 top is like perfectly set. The stage is set for that for me. We're at 104K Bitcoin right now. We're in the middle of an explosive move up. It seems very reasonable and likely to me that at some point in the next few months, Bitcoin tops out. Probably by August, I want to say. It could be as early as June. Could be as late as August, September, in kind of my estimation. Okay. Of course, it could be Q4. There's a possibility it could, but I don't have it right now as the most likely scenario. I have the most likely scenario as Q2 to Q3. And my X potentials are based on a Q2 to Q3 top. If I was looking at a Q4 top, they would probably be all 20% higher, my predictions, okay? But I'm not looking at a Q4 top as the most likely scenario. I'm still obviously considering it as a possibility, but I don't think it's the most likely. Plume is decent. Is say a buy now, or should I wait until the 20-cent level? I personally think it's a buy right now, but you can do you, man. I don't know your situation, but I personally think it's a good buy now. You know, maybe just DCA. If it goes down lower, you can buy more. But if you look at the weekly on say, I mean, like the breakout only just happened. So we're still in like the midst of a breakout, and this thing can go a lot higher. Like a lot higher. Even if say just goes to its all-time high, even if it just goes to its all-time high, that's a 4 or 5x, okay, just to the all-time high. 4 or 5x, just to all-time highs. Hopefully that is clear. Then if it breaks above and enters price discovery mode, obviously you can see way more than that. But I have Say as a pretty easy 7 to 10x. It could even do more than that if everything goes well with this bull run. But it's just cruelly undervalued at a 1.3 billion market cap for what it is. Trump holds it, and yeah, he holds 12 tokens, and Say is one of them. So if that doesn't show you the potential, then I don't know what will. Hi, Archie. Can both Ondo and Athena 30x from this point? No, I think neither of them will. Guys, you got to be realistic. Come on. Like, I'm sure some YouTubers out there are telling you everything is going to 50 and 100x. But first of all, Ondo, this is one of my top coins. So it doesn't benefit me to be negative. I want to make that really clear. It doesn't benefit me to be negative. So I've got that out the way. Ondo is one of my top coins. I think Ondo will 5 to 10x from here. I don't think it will 30x. Anyone telling you that, you probably want to, unsubscribe from, because that's dangerous. That's a dangerous prediction from here at this point in the bull run. If they told you that at the absolute bear market bottom, the all-time lows, then fine. But telling you that now is crazy. That's over a 90 billion market cap on Ondo. Over 100 billion probably if you factor in dilution. Over 100 billion in what, a few months? It's going to go from 3 billion to 100 billion. So no, that's not realistic. Athena, similar market cap. Again, not realistic. I think Athena will probably pull a 3 to 5x. And I think Ondo will probably pull a 5 to 10x. So those predictions you're giving are way off. Like orders of magnitude off. $30x. People just pull numbers out of their ass. And I'm not having to go at you, okay? I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying these numbers, I don't know if you heard a YouTuber say that or where you got it from, but just crazy predictions. Crazy predictions. Main difference between you and other YouTubers is simple. I'm not talking about coins, but I like that your price predictions are realistic, not moonboyish, to the point newbies get delusional. Good job, Archie. Thank you. Appreciate that, ATH. Yeah, the thing is, I can't just look at people in the eye and tell them that coin's going to 100x and 50x when it won't. Other YouTubers, they can sleep well at night doing that. I couldn't. So that's the difference, man. But I appreciate the kind words. I really do. Appreciate it. I'm always going to be realistic with you guys, And like I said, I won't always be right. Sometimes I'll tell you I think a coin could 10x and it only goes and does a 5x. That's crypto. I'm not always going to be right. Another $2 donation. You still bullish on swarm markets? Yes, I'm still bullish, but it's one that you put a very, very tiny amount of money into it. I'm still bullish on it. I have a tiny allocation in this. But this is the coin where like the average person should just put $20 in. That's what swarm markets is. But it does have some potential. I do like the fundamentals, given that it's only a 6 million market cap. So I think it's got good potential to have an explosive run to its all-time highs. So, if you're looking at a coin which could maybe 30x, then you'd have to be looking at a coin like this, right? A 6 million market cap, not a 3 billion market cap. Market cap is important when you're looking at X's. Don't forget, you can donate to Archie to support his channel. Thank you, bro. How's it going, Bren? Are you going to do a video on moving to Dubai, please? Do people really care about that? Like I see a lot of YouTubers and crypto YouTubers, you know, talking about their daily life and all of that. I feel like most people just don't care. Like loads of these influencers, man, they've got like this self-importance um thing going on. They think they're so important, you know, and everyone cares about their life. Like, I don't know, man. I could. I mean, I live a very good life, right? I live a very good life. I'm very privileged, but I just feel like most people don't care. You know, if most people don't care about me showing off, doing a video, showing my day to day life. Like, I don't know. People just want alpha. You know, they want knowledge. There's too many people doing that anyway, right? But you know, maybe one day. I'm not gonna completely write it off, but I just feel like people don't really care. It's just floating. It's just kind of boosting the ego when people do that, right? What do you take your profits in? Stable coins or fiat? So I would sell the crypto into a stable coin and then convert the stable coin into fiat and withdraw that to my bank. That's what I would do. Archie, you are way too mature for your age. Thanks for streaming. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, I am pretty mature for my age, but I guess you know, there's more to a person than just the age. Like, there's some people who are probably 40 years old with the maturity of a 12-year-old, and there's some people who are, you know, my age, 20, with the maturity of someone 10 years older. So I don't know. It just depends on your life experience and how you were brought up and how you're wired, I guess. Zach, how's it going, bro? Do you think Bitcoin whales will switch to ETH as the market pumps? Raoul Pal is a Sui whale. He switched to Sui. He was in Ethereum, I think, last bull run or the bull run before. Now he's in Sui. So they already are doing that. Do I think Arrow can hit $6? Bro, can I spell? 10x? It can do that. That's realistic. 5 billion for Arrow in market cap. That's doable. Yeah, that'd be more than double its all-time high. So it's not necessarily conservative, but it's definitely doable. Bitcoin might break out soon. I think so. I think the breakout's more likely to the upside than the downside. Do I think Turbo will go to 50 cents? Bro, what the hell? Is that a joke? Is that a joke of a question? 50 cents? 100x? No. It'll be lucky if it does a 10x, let alone a 100x. Archie seems like a genuine dude, would have had it more, but for some reason it won't let me use my credit card and not my joint account with my wife, lol. Yeah, don't worry, man. Don't worry about donations. You know, it's all good. I don't need any donations. But you know, it just helps people. If you've got a question, it just pings it straight to my screen. So, you know, sometimes I'll have like 1,000 questions in the live stream. I'm not going to be able to answer them all. So if you just put a $2 donation, I'll be able to answer it. You know, it's not that I'm asking for the money. It just makes it a lot easier for you if you've got a question, because a lot of the time it's hit or miss whether you'll get it answered. But I do my best anyway with the free questions. Yeah, Ponky's a good one. I gave a buy alert out for Ponky a few days ago. It went up like 50% within a day. 140K Peak to become a millionaire. I think Peak will do very well. Peak is an extremely undervalued mid cap. I don't hear many people talking about it really, and it doesn't get the recognition that it deserves, but this is a quality project. What they're doing in the deep in space, a 100 mil market cap, it's cheap as hell. I think a project like this has a ton of potential, what they're doing. The amount of machines they have, we're going into a world of I think things will be more decentralized. I think people are going to try and push for that. And, even if it's not about decentralization, even if it's about efficiency, blockchain technology really can help with efficiency and cutting out middlemen and all of that. So I think Peak is a great project. I think it's one of the best kind of 10 to 20x projects out there. Because you got to realize a lot of the top 100, they're not going to pull a 10x now. They've already gone up a lot. So they're not going to do another 10x from here, the top 100. There'll be a few projects that do. Like Kaspa maybe could. But most of them will not do a 10x in the top 100. Most of them will maybe only do like a 2x. Some will even only do like a 50% pump. Some will do a 5x. Some will do a 6x. But a lot of them won't do a 10x. If you're looking for a 10x, you probably need to look like outside of the top 100. Look more at the top 200, top 300. And out of those, Peak is definitely one of the best bets. Kaspa price prediction. Well, I don't know where it'll top out, but I think it's heading to 30 cents in the next couple of months, right? So if the market tops out in the next couple of months, then 30 cents would be the top. If the market tops out in Q4 or late Q3, then I think it could easily go to like 70 cents or higher. But everyone likes the idea of $1, and that for me is kind of why I think it might not happen, because everyone has this massive emphasis on $1, and when everyone's thinking about one magical number, it never happens because people front run it. It's the exact same with Dogecoin last cycle. Everyone was saying Dogecoin, it's going to hit $1. What did it do? I think it went to 86 cents. So it just went slightly below the $1. So maybe that's what happens with Kaspa. But these psychological levels are usually very, very strong resistance. What are my realistic price targets for Arrow? I think I've got Arrow at like a 6 to 12x, something like that. I think it could do a 10x from here, Arrow. It could. From when I bought it, it could do a 15x. Entry is really important, guys. Like, if you were buying some of these coins back when I was in the VIP, you've got such a good competitive edge against the rest of the crowd. It's incredible. Like, virtuals, I'm already up basically 4 times on my money on it. So all I need on virtuals is a 5x. Okay, almost 4 times. 3 point something x I'm up on virtuals. But basically, I was up 4x a few days ago. I pulled out my initial. So everything I've got in virtuals now is just free, YOLO money, you could say, because I can't lose money with it. So anything I've got left is just profits. If virtuals does another 10x from here, I'll be up like 38x. Like that just shows how important entry is. And one thing about my group is we time entries very, very well. We got Sui at 70 cents. We got Kaspa at 3 cents. We got virtuals at 50 cents. We got Tau below $200. We got Bitcoin at 16K as an average buy. I mean, man, my top 5 holdings, I'm up massive on all of them because of how good the entry point is. So you really have to join this group, guys. Like, it's such a strong community. People are in here 24/7 talking about the markets, sharing altcoin opportunities, sharing alpha. And most importantly, we have daily voice chats. So every single day you can hop into the voice chat. We can talk about the markets, and you guys can get to know me on a more personal level because I'm on these voice chats every single day for hours. So we can talk about more than just crypto as well, right? Crypto, obviously, but also how to build long-term wealth. A lot of people are interested in moving to Dubai. I can help out with things like that. So just in general, it's a really good community and network to be in. And the results and reviews speak for themselves, right? I've had 33 reviews and every single one of them has been 5 stars. Not a single one has been lower than that. So, I mean, just go and read them for yourself. Yeah, I hold one KRC20 meme and I think it's going to do really well. I'm not going to disclose it right now. Some people probably already have an idea, but I'm gonna talk about KRC20 a little bit later. I've got a video planned on it. So yeah, in my next Kaspa video, I'm going to touch on KRC20 a little bit because I do think there's going to be an opportunity to kind of outperform Kaspa's X's with some of the memes. It's obviously a risky game to play, but if Kaspa goes to 30 cents, that would be a 3x from here. I think some of the meme coins could go and do a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50x in that same period, okay, because they're so small in market cap. But a lot of the KRC20s I don't like. They're very, very bad. So you need to know what you're looking for. What's my feeling on AVAX? I think there's way better layer 1s for this cycle like Sui and Kaspa. But AVAX could maybe pull a 3x. Yeah, Bitcoin tops in Q2. Alt season isn't going to last long. That's the point. I don't think it will last long. It's going to be a quick leg up. It's going to be very parabolic, and everyone's going to FOMO, and it's going to be all over by the time you blink. You know, that's how this bull run has been so far anyway. Like Bitcoin ran up basically in November to January, and then it just dumped for like 5 months after it. That's how this bull run has been. 1 to 3 months of massively up movement, followed by a long time of downward movement and sideways. I don't think this time's going to be much different. I think we've got a quick run up. Like Bitcoin started pumping, like a month ago? Maybe there's another 2 months left of this pump, and that would take us to July. That's just my view. I mean, I'm just speculating, right? No one truly knows. But I'm just speculating. Yeah, I agree, Nathaniel. Why does everyone think we're running into 2026? I mean, look, that's going to be the thing that provides us exit liquidity. So I'm not going to complain too much. But, you know, we'll all be taking profits basically on the people who think we're running for 20 years. All the people who are deluded into thinking we're having like a super cycle, a long-term bull run, it's going to be up forever. We'll be taking profits on them. So to have winners, you need to have losers. That's the brutal reality of the world. Whether you like that or not, I don't care. It's just the truth. You need winners. You need losers. I'm going to be a winner. I'm not going to be a loser. The people who are thinking we're going to be running for years and years and years, and the bull run's just going to keep going forever, 500K. Yeah, they're going to be all the people who are the exit liquidity. They're going to be all the people who have a humbling, and then maybe next cycle they'll make it, right? But the people who are conservative, realistic, smart, calculated, they're going to be taking profits, essentially selling on those people who think we're going into a super cycle for 25,000 years, right? So that's how it's going to play out. Great, Archie. So realistic, not like all the moon boys. What do you think about virtuals? Well, thanks for the support. And virtuals is solid. I just made a video on it yesterday. I'm up 3.7x, I think, on virtuals. It's a great coin. It's a great play in the AI sector. I do prefer Tau for AI. I slightly favor Tau over virtuals, but virtuals will do really well because this whole AI agent narrative, it's not going anywhere. Like, there's a podcast I saw on AI agents, this one. Literally within 4 days, it's got 1.3 million views. I recommend people watch this, by the way. If you have any spare time, like if you're on a flight or anything like that, you want a podcast to listen to, this is a pretty decent one. It's a debate about AI agents and basically how it's going to cause a massive unemployment issue and everyone's going to be out of jobs in like 3 or 5 years or whatever, because they're just going to take over essentially. And one guy's saying that AI agents are going to be good for humanity. The other guy's saying they're going to be bad. The point is, everyone's talking about AI agents. It's a hot topic. Just like 4 years ago, everyone was talking about the metaverse. And what did I do? I bought Sandbox. I bought all the metaverse coins and I made crazy money. I was like 16 years old, 17 years old. I was buying all these metaverse coins because I could see it. Mark Zuckerberg did that whole speech on the metaverse. It was all over the news. And I was in college buying all these metaverse coins, trying to get other people around me to buy them. No one would listen. And they printed. Because what is crypto at the end of the day? It's narratives. It's narrative driven. Mainstream narratives in a unregulated space. That's essentially what crypto is. It's an unregulated casino where mainstream narratives flourish. Whether it's metaverse, whether it's AI, whether it's gaming, whatever it is, these mainstream things in tech, they do really well in crypto, especially when they're gathering hype. And AI agents is the one. I mean, I think most of the AI agent coins in crypto are a load of BS and they're a load of rubbish, but it doesn't matter what I think. Okay, it's not about what I think. It's about making money. And whether the projects are crap or not, they're going to pump. So, yeah, I think they're going to do well on this final leg up, but they'll crash really hard in the bear market. Yeah, man, 100%. I'm here to make money. I don't care about some dude's Lego collection, house, Jordan collection, vacations, cars, or family. Exactly, man. Exactly. Yeah, there's the self-worth that people think they have. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm a big believer in myself. I've got a lot of confidence in myself. And I think I'm very good at many things. Okay. I think I'm very good at many things, but I don't think I'm that important where everyone wants to see my lifestyle. Everyone wants to see what I'm doing. Some of these crypto YouTubers, man, they're like a crypto YouTuber and they think the whole world cares about their life and their cars and everything like that, But that's what happens when money goes to your head, right? Think everyone cares about you. All right, we've got a couple donations here. What do I think of Lofi? Number one meme, I believe, on Sui. Yeah, Lofi is solid. I don't hold any Sui meme coins. The reason being, I'm already extremely heavy in Sui. I picked up a massive bag of Sui when it was below $1. Basically, bought a ton at 70 cents, 80 cents, 90 cents, $1, $1.10. Stacked a massive bag. It's my biggest altcoin position. So I don't feel a need to have beta plays for a coin which I didn't miss. Quite often the beta plays are for coins which you missed. Okay, people who miss Pepe, they buy Brett. People who miss Brett, they buy Andy. In a way, people who miss Bitcoin, they buy Kaspa, which is quite funny. A lot of guys who didn't quite manage to buy Bitcoin early, they buy Kaspa. Because it's like people see it as the next catch-up trade, right? So that's kind of the constant thing in crypto is like catch-up trades. And I'm not going to get into a catch-up trade on something I didn't miss. I didn't miss Sui. I was the one influencer on YouTube every single day talking about Sui while people were telling me it's a scam, telling me it's a stupid buy. I was the one guy. I mean, there's probably others as well, but I was literally every day talking about it. So I'm not going to get into a catch-up trade for a coin I didn't miss. But if you did miss Sui, Lofi is not a terrible buy. It will probably pump. The more Sui pumps, the more the ecosystem will pump. What do I think about virtuals? I'm bullish, man. I think it can I think it can pull a 5 to 12x from here. I'm up over 3x on virtuals, so doing pretty well. Doing pretty well. That's what I think about it. We timed that buy alert to the T, to perfection on virtuals. I mean, we couldn't have been better, really. What a great buy. One guy in the VIP, he put $1,000 into the buy alert and he took out 4 at $4, $4.05, whatever it was. So basically paid off the lifetime VIP. And I do recommend people opt for the lifetime VIP because that price will also go up. Once I hike the prices, the lifetime option will also be subject to a price hike. Same with the bundle. I have very limited time for the bundle members at this point. So I'm only going to add maybe a few more people onto the bundle. There is a lot of demand for the bundle because you can get on a one-to-one call with me. We can talk about your portfolio and you basically have me for life as a mentor. That's what the bundle is. It's a lifetime crypto millionaire to assist your crypto journey. That's basically what it is. And I'll be there for you. I'll have you as a friend on Discord. You can reach out to me and DM me at any time. That's what the bundle is. So obviously, because of the nature of that, I can't have 1,000 members on it. I can only have a finite number of people because I need to give a lot of time to them. So that might be gone in a few months, the bundle option, because of how many people we get on it. And crypto payments are also accepted for the longer term options, right? If you're doing yearly or lifetime, I can take the payment through crypto. Sent an email to join your group, but didn't get a reply. Yeah, I'll get onto that pretty soon, man. I apologize. My guy who's doing all the emails, he's on a long haul flight right now, so I don't think he's got any Wi-Fi. But I'll reply to that later. Appreciate it. We'll get you in the group. Yeah, Lofi was called very early in the VIP group. That's right. It was called super early. I think Lofi will do well. It's one of the best, like, sub 100 million meme coins. I'm just not getting into it because I didn't miss Sui, like I said. It's that simple. But guys, smash the likes on the stream. There's 191 people watching on YouTube and 113 watching on X. Smash the likes on YouTube. It helps out a ton. Retweet it if you're watching it on X. If I was to pick a Sui meme that hasn't pumped, I mean, if it hasn't pumped, it's probably a red flag, my friend. Sui's just gone and pulled a massive move in price. Like, it's done loads of X's. If a meme on Sui didn't pump during that period, it's probably not worth the investment because why wouldn't it pump? Sui literally just exploded. So if it didn't even explode when Sui pumped, then when will it ever pump? Let's take a look at some Sui memes. So Lofi's the best one. I think Blub is all right. Blub's at a 15 million. That one's decent. Fud the Pug. I think that's like the OG one. That's the first one that was ever created. Hippo is decent, but the price action's been a bit weird at times. Besides that, I wouldn't really look at any others. So Lofi is great. Hippo is okay. Blub is good. Fud is okay. So yeah, kind of in that order. Lofi first, then Blub, then Hippo, then Fud. Hello, boys. Amazing stream like always. Thank you. Smash the likes. Appreciate it. Is Popcat a good buy? We'll take a look. Depends if you're bullish on Solana on this next leg. Like I'm still bullish on Solana. I think Solana will hit 420 in price. I know it sounds like a stupid number, but it's actually a fib level. So I think Solana could hit 420. That's my price prediction on Solana. 420.69 is my price prediction on Solana. 420.69. So I think PopCat will definitely have legs. But yeah, man. I mean, it's seeing a nice little move up here. So it's responded nicely to the move up in price. Just below the 236 right now on the fibs. So maybe it's had a little minor rejection there. There's a good chance PopCat can make an all-time high, especially if Solana goes to $420 per coin, which is my target. There's no reason why I don't see PopCat pulling around a 10x from here potentially. How bad is this portfolio? 23k Kaspa, 2k Nacho. Is this in dollar values or token values? If you want a full portfolio review, if you want a full detailed portfolio review, I do recommend getting on the VIP because I'm actually going to be publishing a portfolio review video for the VIP members in the coming couple of days, and that will be released over the weekend. So let me just show you what I mean. I recommend putting the actual percentage values rather than the token values because I don't know all the current prices off the top of my head. But here, so these are like the portfolio reviews. People put their portfolios in the chat and then I give them a detailed review on video. Okay, on video, I give them a detailed review. So like this portfolio, for example, I think it's got way too much turbo. Like 11% in turbo is crazy. It's a really high percentage allocation to one meme. But I'll go through them in depth, give you realistic X potential, give them, realistic critiques in terms of like honest critiques in terms of how much you've allocated to certain coins, what I would change. I go through all of that on the VIP exclusive videos. But I'll be going through all of these in the coming days and reviewing them. So if you do want a full in-depth portfolio review, I recommend that. But off the cuff, like what I'm seeing here, you got some decent coins. I'm not a fan of Nacho. I think there's way better memes than that. XCN, I don't really know too well. I've looked into it a little bit. And ICP, I'm not the biggest fan of either. But besides that, Kaspa, Sui, Ondo, and Arrow, they're all good plays. So it's decent. But yeah, if you want a full-scale, in-depth portfolio review, I do recommend hopping on the VIP. That's one of the many benefits you get. There's so many benefits. And yeah, I mean, you can always cancel it if you don't like the group, right? Very, very rare that people do that. Very rare. Almost unheard of. But it does happen every now and then. And you're free to do that. All right, guys, I am going to wrap up the stream here. I appreciate you all joining. Appreciate all the donations as well. And yeah, I got some stuff to do. Got to catch up to some of the Discord messages. And yeah, man, I got to look at some charts as well. Who knows what I'm going to be buying next? Got a few projects on my radar currently. Couple memes, couple utility low caps on my radar right now. Will I pull the trigger over the weekend before the next Bitcoin breakout? Will I pull the trigger? That's the question. So maybe I'll be buying something else over the weekend. If you want to see when I buy, exactly how much, what percent of my portfolio, all of that, you can see that in the VIP. Appreciate you watching, guys. Have a great weekend. And I look forward to seeing you all on the next live stream. Probably on Monday. Have a good one, guys. Appreciate it. Goodbye.